Hey, welcome back. Still on the same rindo from before, and it's been pretty smooth, but now it's starting to turn into that kind of road I was telling you about, where the road surface is covered with a little bit larger type of rock, and it's also turned into a dual track, where you see there's just two roads really, with the middle a bunch of grass, and that's what happens when there's so little traffic here that the car tires keep the two tracks pounded down like a road, but in between the car's tires, the grass grows up. Actually, I guess it's not from a low amount of traffic in so much as it's from a narrow road that isn't paved. So, no matter how many cars drive here, there's never going to be a tire going in the middle where that grass is. And then when a motorcycle comes here, a motorcycle could ride in the middle, with only one line of tires. But by this point, it's really easier to just stay on the one of the two tracks that the car tires have made. But anyway, the rocks are a little larger here, still pretty even, but I'm feeling the bike slide around a little bit more. There, I just kind of drifted across the center line on that one, because my tire got shifted off to the right rather, when I didn't expect it. So I'm taking it a little bit slower. Now I actually am going the recommended 20 kilometers per hour that the sign at the beginning of this road recommended. I'm just feeling the bike jump around a lot now. And I've turned off the traction control and the anti-lock brakes on this bike, which I believe you're supposed to do when you're on dirt. I'm sure someone out there can post up what the real answer is, but I guess the idea is you want to allow for a little bit of sliding, and you want the tire to be able to slide around and maybe get traction in a new place, rather than have the bike work to maintain traction where you are, which would be good if you were on a perfectly smooth road surface. Okay, so it looks like we're maybe through that gravel area. Oh, here it comes again. Yeah, anyway, I mean, one thing I can say is I'm getting more confident. If you think I'm slowing out, you should have seen me before. I was literally just kind of inching through, terrain a little bit rougher than this, to be fair. This is not as hard as what I was doing earlier in the morning. But nevertheless, I'm getting more used to the fact that the bike does slide around when you hit some rocks, and just to be able to deal with that. I think if you're expecting a bike to handle on dirt like it does on pavement, you're going to freak out and say, oh, hey, why is my bike sliding? I better slow down until I figure out how I can make this stop and make it handle naturally, like it's on a road. But, that's not going to happen as long as you're on dirt, especially rocky dirt. So I think if you can just get used to that and accept it, then you relax mentally, and your body knows how to deal with it physically, and you can just get on with riding. And I'm still a little freaked out. I'm not an experienced dirt rider, but I think I've gotten over that initial fear. Ooh, water! Woo! Haha. People say that BMW riders, especially the adventure bike riders, just really ride to the next Starbucks and hang out there in their BMW rally suits and drink some coffee while they talk about their latest sparkle from the Touratech catalog. A sparkle, by the way, is for those of you who haven't bought any, is something you add on to your motorcycle, like a Navi system, or heated grips, or some kind of protective crash bar or guard. And so the stereotype of the BMW rider is someone who saw long way around and rushed out and bought the bike and all the gear and just sits around looking at it at the Starbucks. And it's remarkably similar to the stereotype of the Harley rider, except they just buy a different type of bike and a different type of gear, instead of pretending like they're touring the world with Ewan McGregor, they're pretending like they're, riding with the Hells Angels or, Marlon Brando or something like that. I think all these stereotypes basically come from people who would like to be doing what those guys are doing, or maybe they just come from people who ride a different way, like maybe racers. But in general, I think what they have at their root is, to be fair, it can be a little bit insulting if you do get out and ride your bike to see someone who's just pretending to act like they do because they like the image. I don't know why that it shouldn't bother me. It doesn't bother me on a deep level. I guess it's just kind of a little annoying to say, hey, why are you just pretending to do something that you're not really doing? And I think maybe that's what gets people angry and gets people to make these kind of stereotypes. But hey, there's no Starbucks in sight around here. I think I'm gonna make a shirt. I mean, I like Starbucks. Their coffee's good. My dad thinks it's a little strong, but I like it. And I think I'm gonna make a T-shirt with like a Starbucks cup of coffee and the red / circle around it saying no, meaning no. And I think I could sell a lot of those to BMW riders who don't hang out at the Starbucks. Obviously, the only people who buy. Oh wow, there's some big rocks coming around over here. Okay, yep, the bike is sliding. Okay. Now I know if you're an experienced dirt rider and you see these kind of this kind of terrain, you're probably laughing to yourself and saying that's nothing. Well, yeah, okay, and maybe after I get some more experience, I'll feel the same way. But for me, when I see a bunch of big rocks, I still get a little panic reflex. But anyway, so far so good. So the good thing about this, the no Starbucks cups, or like a / circle around the Starbucks cup T-shirt, is that only the right kind of people would buy them, because you're going to look really stupid if you wear that T-shirt when and then you end up at a Starbucks. People would think, oh, that's like ridiculous. You're protesting the image of people riding their BMWs to the Starbucks, and look, here you are, and you're even wearing the shirt, saying you're not going to do what you're doing. So nobody would buy that. I think that would, and the only people who would buy it are people that actually ride their bikes, to interesting places, off-road, to weird roads, places, far away from any Starbucks. So, that's something I got to work on. I think I could just get a T-shirt like that or some stickers made up pretty quickly. And to those of you, there may be some of you out there who think, hey, if you like riding outside so much by yourself, why are you making all these videos? Why don't you just shut up and ride? Well, I ride about, in a good day, I try to ride during daylight hours, and maybe I get a little bit of riding time on either side of sunrise and sunset. So, figure, let's say, I'm trying to do the math here, maybe 15 hours of riding in an average day when I'm not deliberately trying to, reach some particular goal, like an iron butt ride or something. So, out of 15 hours, maybe I record video for, half an hour to an hour. And that breaks up the day for me, and it's fun. So, I do like the peace and quiet of nature, and I get 14 hours of that. But, for 1 hour, it's nice to break that up by talking about what I'm doing. And hopefully it's interesting for people who watch. More interesting than just watching a video with no talking. I've watched bike videos on YouTube where it's just the bike and riding along, and after a while that gets boring. I mean, I don't care if you're riding through, like the fantasy land of gumdrop animals or something. No matter how amazing where you're riding is, I think, just watching a first-person video from the same camera perspective, constantly gets boring. And hopefully this changes that a little bit.